otherwise known as Joanna, otherwise known as the person that was hit by a car a week ago Friday. Um, yeah, this video, the reason I titled it Fear Strikes Out is because, well, for one, I got hit by a car and I just wanted to share something that's pretty powerful, I think. Is that when you, like, my voice is going, so that's my bad. I wanted to do a video, but I was sick a couple of days. That sort of killed it. Anyways, one of the things I wanted to say is that fears, it always strikes out, right? Not in that can't be like you're always gonna overcome your fears, but in that real sense of like your fears, you can't let them rule you. You know, I got hit by a car, right, and I just been having them like kind of bounce up in my head because when you get hit by a car at night, you naturally start thinking every time you go out at night on a bike or walk at night or whatever, you know, that you're going to get robbed or you're going to get hit by a car. And I deliver on Uber Eats, right? So I deliver a bike on Uber Eats, deliver food on a bike on Uber Eats, right? I love it. It's always a fun job. The times when it gets stressful is when you're starting to realize, oh my God, I could be killed, doing this. And I mean, like, not from things like going into a bad neighborhood, which would be like going into Hartford or some areas of Manchester, which is what you naturally think of, right? What this app does that always irks me is it doesn't like when it doesn't allow you to see where you're going before you finally accept the trip, right? And this is where fear strikes out. Is yeah, you could just use it as an excuse to not do it or whatever, but you know what? It's your job, you know, to do it. It's your job to game plan around the dangerous aspects of it. One of the things I've been doing is I've been trying to get all my orders in the daytime because that way I can see everything going on around me, right? And they can see me. That makes sense. Why would I want to go out at night into areas I don't feel safe and I can't see shit, you know? And then it's just so traumatic. Like tonight I was walking. Naturally when you have a bike and you don't really want to put on the light or don't have one, you just walk. It's no big deal. But sometimes there's a difference between walking and what I was doing. And like when it was just so odd. It was like I was stopping at every single driveway when like there was no reasonable reason for me to stop and go, "Oh my God," sitting there almost having a panic attack, because I'm in that same area where I was hit, and I'm like, this is getting too much. Like, but to my credit, I got through it, and I actually wound up getting home fine on the bus, which is awesome, right? Like that's the triumph is I fought through it. Like, not that that's always a great thing, but in this case, I mean, it's either freeze to death or go home, so going home is more better. Also, like, knowing your options, again, is kind of key, which is why, like I was going to say, you could either sit there and moan or you could sit there and go, I got a plan. I may not be able to do nighttime deliveries in Glastonbury, Connecticut, but I'm going to do the daytime ones because I don't feel like getting ambushed by a car. Like, because again, with Uber Eats, you don't see the delivery, and sometimes if you have just that app open, you will see where you're going when you get that notification. If you're doing what I do, which is take your bike, take the bus, go to a McDonald's, go to a library, whatever, go to a place you can get warm, and do that for like a few minutes, and then bing, 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 you got an order, go. But the problem with that is you naturally sit in the library and you're just like, what do I do? You know? So I always kind of laugh because it's like, it's actually kind of funny when people think, oh, you must be so active. No, because in Glastonbury particularly, it's just so odd. Like, I know one thing with Glastonbury, right? That I always, it's a it's very different locations you deliver to. Sometimes it's a business, sometimes it's, you know, in the residential where it's like, okay, residential I have no problems. Businesses I have no problems, but the problem is some of those businesses don't have sidewalks. So it becomes like, oh my God, I gotta cross all these streets and I have no sidewalk to like all these lanes and no sidewalk. I start having a panic attack. What and I don't recommend this because again, it's like I don't even know if this is right or wrong. But one of the things I discovered is sometimes you have to game plan for the lesser of two evils. One of the things I always hate with no sidewalks is on either side of the road. So it's like you're going up against shit creek. But it's like when I was just like, would I rather have the cars? Because I knew this was a business park like place like where they have all these office buildings, and that's cool. I don't even it doesn't bother me where I deliver the food. What bothers me is like having to deal with a bunch of highways that overlap, make a single two-lane road into, you know, basically a highway on the regular street. So that's where I get a little flustered. One of the things I did earlier in the week on Thursday, I was getting pissed. I did some mistakes. Not major mistakes. I actually called the warm line. I recommend people call that. I'll probably give a number eventually on one of these videos, but I called them. I was so stressed out. I was like threatening and threatening a bunch of people. And I'm saying this like in the past since I was just being an idiot. I was like, this person that made the phone, this person that made this, that, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, they had no involvement. Yes, the person that made my phone's an idiot. I just believe he's an idiot or she's an idiot. Sorry. I don't mean to offend people. But it's like, but I'm getting stressed out because I have to cross 8 lanes of basically a highway, just to deliver a $4 order of food. And part of me is like, there's obviously with this Uber Eats, they don't take into consideration you got a bike. That's whatever, right? Like, but when it's nighttime, I'm not delivering there. I will, and I don't mean to discriminate because I don't even like that. Like, that's not me. I just want to live, you know? I would not even be saying things like this if it was if it was something else, you know? Like if it was just a inconvenient small 2-lane road. I've been on those with no sidewalks. I don't care. Just put on the light, no cars. Awesome. Because in South Windsor you have that. In Glastonbury in the major intersections, you're kidding me. I'm not doing that. I don't like I can't turn down these jobs, so when I do turn down one, it's like a major thing, you know? I turned down a sushi place today, and I only did that actually because I was like, I just got into my McDonald's. I'm like, I'm gonna eat, you know. But yeah, that was a little bit selfish, right? That was like, okay, the one selfish time I turned down an order, but it was also like, part of me was just like, it didn't guarantee as much. That's one nice thing they added to the app. I gotta give them kudos. Is that when you see it, you can go, hey, you're gonna get $3.22 or $4 or whatever, and as the bare minimum order you get. And also the promotions have been great. Like they 1x, not 1x, but like 1.1x, 1.2x, 1.3x. It just makes such a difference. And it's like that's awesome. And also, like, I mean, it's cold out, so that helps me in a way too. Is because it's cold out, I can go to Glastonbury and do this because when it's not cold out, it's warm, it's sunny. I go into Hartford at the daytime. Why? Because Hartford has more people that order through Uber, whereas what I've noticed in Glastonbury, it's very clear that the if they again, I'm still kind of sick. If they can walk and get their order, they will. Which is, I mean, that's whatever, right? You go where it goes. You don't get to pick it, but at the same time, like I'm saying, you got to be safe. For everybody out there that's riding a bike, doing what they got to do, I applaud you, but please be safe. Don't get hit by a car. You don't want that. I don't. I want my viewers to be safe and this runner to be out, which he is. I'm sorry I had to do that, but it's like I feel so terrible. Like I feel terrible. That's because I'm sick, which is why my voice is going. But just like I can't let fear strike me out, and neither should you. Should you? You know what I mean? No, nobody should let that strike them out. Like it's it's like weird because the reason I picked the title of the video, "Fear Strikes Out," is because I'm a Red Sox fan, and one of the more famous Red Sox stories is I think it was Rico Petrocelli. I'm not sure. It was a very famous Red Sox player gets hit in the eye, has to go undergo major surgery in the '60s to get his eye fixed, and he wrote an autobiography, and the title of that is pretty good. The title is "Fear Strikes Out." Like if you go in thinking you're gonna lose, or if you go in without a plan to deal with a stressful situation, you're setting yourself up for failure. It's like why would you do that? I mean, I'll be honest with you, I got to make some money next week and I'm going to, but I don't I mean, I just wanted to have a plan, you know what I mean? That's what I realized with my Uber Eats is like have a plan. Like cuz you're going to get hit in life, but if you have a plan, you know what you're doing. Like today I was like I'm a terrible budgeter, right? Usually if I have the money it's gone. But I was also like I need to be in the positive today cuz I got to be able to get money to next through it's what is it? Tuesday, Thursday and not Friday. It's Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. And it's like, oh, if I don't have any it's not even like that. It's like I got to get $25 out of Uber, which is possible. Like that's the weird thing. Like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I mean, they're not like killer Uber days, but they're pretty good. And to be honest, I've earned $20 in a day, so 3 days, fine. The problem is like I'll be honest with you, when you're in a McDonald's, you spend money. They love me there because of that. It's like, oh boy, I I wind up spending so much money there, but also like I mean, some McDonald's are better than others. Like, but anyways, so I got to get $20 to $25. 20, 25 is the best I could get, but if I get 20, because I got to do laundry and I'm going to Chili's with some friends, so 25 is optimal. So 5 for the laundry, 20 for the Chili's. That's good. Um, Also like that's nice. That is great. Keep the good stuff coming, Crawford. I think that's Crawford. Yeah, that's him. I was right with my names for once on the San Francisco Giants. I almost insulted them by calling them the San Diego Giants because I am out of my mind right now. I'm just, in the inspirational mood. Really, that's why I wanted to make this video. Not for length, not to get a video out, not to do anything. Just to help people, If you can get back on the horse, if that's the right situation, do it. Don't. let life pass you by. Don't go into bad situations without a plan. You know, like today, I purposely had a plan when I was making deliveries. Stay on one side of the road and make sure, because I knew where this was, stay on that side of the road, and then once it gets dark out, off it goes. Off Uber goes because I'm in Glastonbury and I don't want to get hit. And because it gets dark out at 4 o'clock, so you know you might get that 5 o'clock lunch dinner hour going to the same area. I'm not doing that, and I'm not gonna try it. All right, that's what I wanted to say because that to me is powerful. So I'm just gonna stop this video, and and I'll see you all in the next one. I'm not feeling too great. I'm feeling better, but my voice is going. So